scientists invent a new blood test that can identify 50 genetic diseases. For those who despise the idea of seeing a doctor, this is good news. One blood test can detect over 50 hereditary illnesses, reducing the amount of pricking and poking patients have to endure at the doctor's office. They anticipate the new blood test to reduce from decades to days the time it takes to diagnose neurological and muscle problems. Epilepsy, for example, is an uncommon hereditary disorder that usually manifests in adulthood. Short tandem repeats, an exceptionally lengthy DNA sequence seen in certain genes, may be to blame for some diseases. Street has been difficult to detect for doctors because of the wide range of symptoms it causes, the repetitive nature of the sequences, and the lack of genetic testing options. In addition to Huntington's disease, the blood test may detect other illnesses including Fragile X syndrome, Parkinson's disease, and more. The blood test is still going through its paces. Even if it fails, patients will be able to begin treatment sooner, have fewer surgical operations, and have a smaller number of adverse effects if the treatment continues to be successful. The new method is faster, less expensive, and more accurate than previous diagnostic methods. If all goes according to plan, the blood test will be accessible in 2 to 5 years. After having difficulty with his balance during a ski lesson, John, one of the study's participants, decided to undergo the blood test. His symptoms increased over time, making it more difficult for him to move on his own. The origin of his illness remained a mystery even after a decade of testing. Canvas, an extremely uncommon genetic illness that affects the brain, was found in his blood. Genome scanning utilizing nanopore sequencing is carried out using just a single DNA sample taken from a blood sample. Compared to the size of a stapler, the nanopore gene sequencing instrument is very small. Currently, DNA sequencing tests cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, however our test just costs a few $100s.